has their own suit of armor, you gotta love your armor because it literally protects you, saves your life. But you're accountable for your armor. So before we have practices, the day before, at the very least, the day before, you should take your suit out, analyze it. If there's anything wrong with it, say something on the Vanguard forum. That way, Bran or Joe or myself can bring the right stuff to repair your armor, because we had a lot of sitting around, a lot of armor failures, a lot of armor was broken coming to the site, which is unexcusable. We have to practice like we would fight.
I know I did that.
We have to practice the way we fight in real combat. The training should be the same way. Come prepared. And a lot of us were not prepared. If this is a real tournament, we would field 3 guys and the rest like, oh, my armor's broken. It's unacceptable. So when you go home today, if you have your own suit of armor, I want everyone to go through their armor and list what needs to be repaired, and either take care of it yourself or tell the group, so that when we can take care of it before the next practice, so we don't have a lot of guys in half suits or not even suited in armor. Because this is very valuable time for all of us. Some of you guys travel 2 hours plus to come here. So and we all know that armor time is the best training. So to have so few people in armor is disappointment. So next practice we'll have even more people. 2 to 3 people couldn't make it today, the new people, and I want them to have a really good example, because the last 3 practices we had before we went to Pleasanton, you could say we fought quite a bit and everybody was suited in armor. So like we usually do not have this kind of a failure in armor. Usually everyone's fighting. So just so you know for next time, otherwise then we'll have to come up with some Vanguard punishment system. Run a gauntlet or something.
Get people in the barrel.
Because I need to depend on each one of you guys who's fighting with me at Dynamo or in Europe. I have to depend on you guys to save my ass when someone's coming on me. And if your armor's broken, that's not going to help.
Yeah, and they may just call you. They may say, okay, you guys got like half an hour.
Yeah.
You guys are sitting around, la la la, and then it's like, okay, you guys are up next. What? Wait, we got a half an hour. We got an hour. Nope, you're up in 2 minutes.
Approach it
like you got to be ready.
A professional soldier.
Like I can get
approach
a mini
it that way.
anvil and with a hammer, so I can.
So I'll want to offer something up here also, guys. On the days of our practice, if you guys have blows, like Makoto said, throw it on the forum. Let me know what pieces you need, like buckles and straps and rivets or whatever. I'll bring the right tools and the right equipment, and I'll bring it out. You can get a cheap anvil that's good, decent at Harbor Freight. And that's like $50, and it's for like 15 pounds. Yeah, 15 pounds to 80 pounds in between there. It's not hardened, it's soft, it's pot metal, but it's good enough for banging out dents and setting rivets.
Okay.
So if you need anything like that done, let me know ahead of time to make sure I bring the right buckles. Give me the size, like 1/2 inch buckle, 3/4 inch, whatever, and I'll bring the buckles, straps, leather, rivets, whatever, and then I will volunteer my time to help fix your guys' stuff. If we have to buy a whole bunch of buckles and stuff, I would ask that you either buy them or give me the money and I'll buy them. And that way I'll make sure that when I show up here, I'll have all the stuff I need based on what you said to fix all your stuff. Okay?
So just remember really take that to heart. People who have their own set of armor, you are responsible for the upkeep of your armor, and it's your responsibility to let the group know when something is broken. I know, like, I don't know how to do armoring. Brad knows. When something goes wrong, I hand it to him, he gives me shit, but I go, this broke. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. But I let him know when something's broken, okay?
Yeah, you guys are also going to need to eventually, like kind of within the next month or 2, with your kit, bring extra buckles, extra straps. You're going to have to make them, get them, ask Joe, whatever, and have like 2 or 3, replacement simple parts for your armor to fix so fast.
Everyone should have like a little kit, a little quick kit with your buckles and straps, little common things, a couple extra pieces of straps, maybe a couple pieces of baling wire and a pair of pliers. Worst case scenario, like this patch here that I did the duct tape. We can do that with a piece of baling wire in 5 seconds,
and it'll
hold. If we had some, right? And it'll hold, and it'll pass muster as far as being historically okay. So
there's tutorials online.
That's God telling us.
A small anvil and a hammer.
It's the air show.
You can make buckles out of nails.
Wait, what are they, fireworks?
Nails too.
No, that's Sonic Booms.
Yeah, that's
Blue Angels.
That should be a cannon, probably.
Yeah, air show.
Yeah. Nails and you can make them all yourself.
I want to train more.
Yeah, you are.
We are. And last thing I'll say is I don't want Vanguard to turn into other fighting groups I've been a part of, where it's mostly about hanging out, drinking beers, and talking about what we did in the past or something. I want it to be more about fighting. So just assume every time we have a practice, there will be our fighting, okay? Because we're warriors. We're not wannabes, okay? And the only way we're going to beat the Russians is if we approach it like the way they approach it. And I guarantee you, their life is fighting. So your life has to become fighting. And if you don't feel that way, you came to the wrong place.
You got to want to get in armor.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm bad. I haven't been in armor at all out here since we started because everybody else is wearing it. But still, it's like, for me, I'm going to have to start taking it back and wearing my own damn armor. And everybody has to want to get in armor. If you don't want to get in armor, if you don't want to fight, if you just want to win but you don't want to fight, then you don't need to be here.
But now, on that note, if there are people who want to help, we could take support guys.
Yeah, that's great.
And we also need marshals. So we're looking at growing the U.S. Marshal group. I've been put in charge of the marshal stuff for the U.S., and I'm looking for new marshals. So if there's people who know they're not going to be fighting but want to learn and help out, bring them to me, because I need people for marshals. Right now we have 3 certified marshals in the U.S., 2 are active, and the other one's not. So we're very low, and that's across the